Welcome to StillTalking.com podcast. All right, season 3, episode 21. How you doing, Ty?
Doing good, Rob. Again, like always, nothing like a victory Tuesday in this case.
Yeah, Steelers victory. Monday Night Football, man. Huh?
The streak continues, Rob. That's 21 in a row.
Yeah. Monday night. We always do good when the lights on.
At home especially. Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you what about this game. Just an overview, Ty. We can't keep playing like this and expect to win.
No, that was Russian roulette with football. That's what that was.
That pretty much was, man. I tell you what. I don't know. I know where the defense played lights out.
Oh, no doubt.
I was glad to see that because last week nobody played very well. TJ except,
Right.
and he played very well last night. But
We did.
at least one side of the ball held up their end.
Yes.
And you need that sometimes if you're going to eke out these ugly wins.
Yeah. Rob, it's not just a Steeler thing, but since we're Steeler fans, we see it. How many seasons over the years have we watched the Steelers, and we knew for the most part going into the season that the defense was going to have to carry the offense the majority of the season?
Yeah, that's a lot of Steelers games.
Yes.
Except when Ben was coming through and we had a lot of resources on the offense.
Yes.
But for the most part, Steelers are a defensive team as long as I can remember.
Exactly.
And we always count on the defense making 1-2 plays to change the direction of the game. And hey, being a Steelers fan, that's what you kind of expect. You're going to have heart palpitations every Sunday.
That's right.
And you going to expect the defense to make a play that's going to change the direction of the game.
Yeah, there's no relaxing if you're a Steeler fan. You pretty much know, for the most part, most games are going to come down to the last possession in the fourth quarter. Yeah.
And last game, hey, I tell you what, I'll take a ugly win rather than a pretty loss any day.
Oh, of course.
So,
yeah, that's all that matters. The NFL is not about style points.
Yep.
So
yeah, the late great Al Davis once said it, right?
Yeah.
Just win, baby.
that may be the smartest thing that Al Davis ever said.
He said a lot of smart things, man.
Well, let's not give him too much credit, but I'll give him credit for that.
When you the NFL pimp, you say a lot of smart things.
Now, he was that rare bird, Rob, that was the mix of style and substance.
Yeah, he had his own theme music when he was walking around.
yeah, he was the full package.
Yeah, let's get to the game, man. Offense time, man. On offense, came out sporadic as hell. I think they were sporadic the whole game, man. It was just up and down. No rhythm to the play calling.
Yeah.
No rhythm or any kind of what are we doing? Like this is what we known for. This is what we're gonna do in this game. It's like the plan is flawed or something when you come into a game, whatever the game plan was.
Yeah, you're right. Again, we talked about not only is the performance of the team, Rob, this year been like a roller coaster. The play calling is the same way. You got a series, it's all pass. Then you got another series, it's mostly run. Then the next series, back to all pass.
Yeah.
I think anybody that follows the Steelers, and no matter in what way, fan, management, broadcasters, I think they would all in general say the same thing. And that, yes, since Matt Canada has been the offensive coordinator, this team seriously lacks an identity.
Man.
Bruh.
So
that Matt Canada, man, We just real quick, since you mentioned his name.
Yeah.
I saw something online. They said the crowd. You need to tell me because the crowd was chanting "Fire Matt
Canada." Yeah, yeah.
The whole crowd.
The whole stadium, Rob.
Man, I know the Rooneys don't really listen to the outside stuff, but this is going to be hard to ignore.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never seen that out of Steeler fans like that. I've never seen that.
Well, like as I said, there's a first time for everything. and hey, Rob, every year that the Steelers go another year without either obviously a Super Bowl win or i.e. a playoff win, as that streak increases, unfortunately, you're going to find a lot of discontent among the Steeler fan base.
Yeah, that's why
and rightly so.
Yeah. That's why I say we got to win a playoff game this year. Otherwise, those calls are gonna get stronger and louder.
No doubt.
I mean, even the media is asking Tomlin a little bit more tougher questions now.
Oh yeah. No, they're not afraid. Maybe I don't know if they really were in the past, but yeah, they're definitely not afraid to come out and ask the tough questions. Obviously, Tomlin can shoot it down or come back with some smirky, short response. That's his prerogative, and he can deny the truth or not address it. That's fine. He says that some things are meant for obviously behind closed doors. Well, that's fine, but I hope that at least those conversations are being had among those people that actually make those decisions. And as we have praised Omar Khan since he took over, I fully expect him to make it clear to Tomlin or even Mr. Rooney himself that, hey, this is not acceptable. Again, if we got expectation for players, then we need to have expectation for coaches. And if one doesn't live up to those expectations, and we make it clear to that individual that they're playing below board, and nothing changes, then you got to make a change at some point. And I think that's just where Steeler fans are. We've got this streak that they are now bringing up. We've gone like 35, 36 games without having 400 yards of offense in a game. No team has gone that long, I think, ever. And every team in the league over that same span, Rob, has done it 3 times. And we haven't done it once. I mean, that's pretty damning.
Yeah, anyway. We're gonna have to do something to calm the waters, because if we don't win a playoff game this year, it's gonna get worse. Let's get back to the offense, Todd.
Sure,
man. Kenny played just like the offense played, up and down. He's still missing throws. He didn't miss as many as he did the first game,
right?
But he still missed a lot, and he's missing wide open guys. So it's making me wonder, what do he got the yips? Is he nervous? What's going on? Is he not seeing it right, or what? What do you think?
I mean, I think it's a combination of things. I think, again, at times the O-line, not holding a block,
right,
and them getting a free run at him, it's rushing his process. Obviously, that's going to happen for any quarterback. But it seems like if the situation's just not perfect, like, in college where you got that 4 or 5 seconds to get rid of the ball, if he doesn't have that mental cushion, then yes, it seems like he is rushing it. I still think reading is not a consistent problem. It does crop up from time to time. I think the speed of the league is not too fast for him. I know for a lot of rookie quarterbacks, that's probably one of the biggest hurdles, is dealing with the speed of the game, thus having to rush your mental process. I think he's okay there, but again, it's got to show on the field. And to this point, it's just not all coming together when we need it to.
Yeah, one running back position, Najee got to get his stuff together. He's running. I don't know what it is with him in the first of the year. It's like he has to warm up to the season or something. I mean, you look at Jaylen Warren, he's one cut and downhill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like he has to show Najee how to run.
Which is sad to say, but it feels like that at times, Rob.
Yeah, because Jaylen gonna do Jaylen things, and he gonna be successful. Najee will tip around, and eventually he'll get to it and see it. Like last year, he started running better last year, even though he was hurt. But still, if you're hurt, you got to run a certain way to be effective.
Yes.
You can't be tipping. You can't be trying to run outside, avoiding contact. Sometimes you got to go and make a hole, you know. And sometimes the hole don't open up until you get there.
Right. Again,
you got to trust your eyes. Yeah, you got to trust your eyes. If you look at Jaylen, he's running. It don't look like a hole, but he know when he gets there, the lineman gonna turn and it's gonna open up. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So sometimes you got to trust your eyes. Najee, you just got to jump up in there, you know?
He just seems, Rob, again, I know he's a totally different back than Jaylen Warren. Certainly doesn't have the hops that Jaylen Warren's got. But he just sometimes just watching, again, as a novice here, sometimes it looks like, Rob, he's running in molasses.
Yeah.
Again, that's just me. Again, I know he's a big guy, and I mean he's athletic, but again doesn't have the twitch that a Jaylen Warren's got. And I just think that missing piece in his repertoire, athletically speaking, is limiting him. But you would have thought, again, a guy coming out of a program like Alabama, used to pressure situations. Now, again, you've reminded me before, college is different than the pros, especially at that level, where he had 5-star offensive linemen blocking for him, going against 3- and 4-star guys consistently.
Yeah.
The holes were bigger. He had more time to get through them. He's going against smaller linebackers, all that stuff. And it's a rude awakening when you make that big step up and realize that what you expected or what you thought you'd be able to do, now you can't do it with the same level of effectiveness. And maybe that has affected, which it shouldn't, but has affected his confidence. Thus, like you said, he doesn't run with power through the hole. He turns sideways, tries to jump up in the air instead of keeping his feet on the ground, putting his head down and trying to initiate the contact, being the bigger guy in some cases. He just seems to be doing the opposite of that.
Right. Yep. If I'm coach, I'm gonna in the off season make him change his direction. Since he left college, he's gained weight.
Yes.
I think in today's NFL, what you were talking about last night, you need to be more twitchy. Take a page out of Le'Veon Bell's book. In college, he was heavy. He was a big bruising back.
He was.
When he got to the NFL, he lost 20 pounds.
Yeah.
He was 240 in college. He played at 225. And that's plenty enough weight in the NFL because you need to be able to move. You see how he was able to move a lot better. And I think Najee need to take a book out of Le'Veon Bell playbook. He's 245 now. Get down to 230 so you can keep your quickness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. I mean, he's got this season, and to me, realistically, I can't see the Steelers moving on from him before, the first 4 years of his contract's up. Yeah. Right. Even if they don't take the fifth. So I mean, he's got almost 2 years to go on his contract. So, he can still change minds out there, whether it's the Steelers or some other team in the future. But yeah, I mean, if he's wanting to stay in the league for a while, he's going to have to do some things differently.
Yeah. All right, Todd, real quick before we move on to defense, GP, They need to get the ball. I said it before the game, and I said it last show. He should have 15 catches, man. With Deontay out, find a way to get him the ball, Matt Canada. Run routes specifically for him. Pick routes, whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
And you can tell when he's the number one look on a route because he's geeked, he's ready. You know what I mean? So I don't know what to say about that. It's like we're not using our best players and feeding them the ball.
Same thing with the tight ends, Rob. Again, this is everything that we're talking about, and that everybody else is talking about, whether they got their own show or they're posted on Twitter or what used to be Twitter. Canada doesn't even use the weapons that are available. I mean, they didn't. Farmouth had one catch for 2 yards last night.
Wow.
Darnell Washington was invisible. He was nowhere near the ball.
He got a rude awakening last night. He was getting blowed up on some plays. But that's expected. He's a rookie and he's figuring out, okay, I can't just use my brute sometimes. I got to play smart, learn how to hit these guys. Because he played some grown men last night. That line up front was manhandling him.
Yeah, he was out there. He was out there trying to help Dan Moore against Myles Garrett.
But he was getting driven back on some run plays, man. Everybody was, but All right, let's move on to defense, Todd. Defense. Let's get it. I feel a little bit better now. Just saying defense.
You know, Rob, if you look at it statistically, if you hadn't watched the game at all, and you just look at the statistics, there's no way the Steelers should have won that game. We got outrun. Time of possession was a huge difference. They were just a touch better on third downs. They were better in the red zone because we had 0 possessions in the red zone last night, Rob. So if you just look at that, minus the turnovers, that obviously was the difference. But every other factor on the list that we normally say is the difference between winning and losing. Right. The Steelers should have lost that game last night. Yeah. But the defense saved their bacon.
Right. Yeah, just think how frustrating that is for Cleveland. But they made the mistakes, you know?
Yeah. No. Their coaches cannot be happy today.
No, you can't play good and make so many mistakes where you lose the game. I mean, that's what teams are waiting for you to do. Right? I look at it like this, Todd. It don't matter what the stats say. Whoever make the least mistakes is going to win the game.
You're right. The majority of the time that bears itself out. I think it's literally it's like 80%. The team with the fewest turnovers in the game wins about 80% of the games.
Right. Fewest turnovers, fewest penalties, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can throw the stats out. If a team got 3 turnovers, they probably going to lose.
You're right.
Yeah. Well, defense played good, man. I got to give a shout out to Larry O. Larry O was disruptive all game, man.
Extremely. Not just holding the line on the run, Rob, but getting penetration. I can say that may be the most active I've seen him play in a game, a complete game, since he's been with the Steelers.
Yeah, he was holding it down for Cam that game, man. Golly. The only thing I don't like is we giving up these big chunk run plays for touchdowns, man. I'm like, God, we got to get that out of our system. That's been in our system for the last 3-4 years, Todd.
Yeah.
We need to get that out of our system.
Yeah.
Really quick.
That'll kill any momentum you've got in a game. When you give up a big play like that, just all in one fell swoop. It just sucks the air right out of them.
Yeah, what can you say about TJ and Highsmith, man? Our bookends, man.
Hey, the Steelers put their money where their mouth is, and they're getting the return on the investment.
Yeah, that might be the best game I've seen between both of them.
It's close. It's close.
Yeah, man. Pick six, strip sack, fumble for touchdown, man.
Yeah. I mean, my God, man, those two guys put more points on the board, or excuse me, as many points on the board as Kenny Pickett did.
Yes.
That, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love it. I love it when anybody on the defense scores a touchdown. That just fires everybody up. You know, at the game, away from the game, watching it on TV. I guarantee you're not going to see people get more excited rooting for their team when their defense makes a big play and then do a touchdown on top of that. You know, it's just awe-inspiring. But again, you know, we can't count on that happening every single week.
Game. Yeah.
And that's the sad part about it, because we know that the potential is there when you got guys like Highsmith, TJ, Minka Fitzpatrick. Man, you know, we've talked up the linebacking group, you know, before the season started. I am so pleased with those signings. It is night and day. The tenor of the play, the aggressiveness of the play, the finishing of the plays. Those three guys are so much better than what we had to deal with last year. It's not even funny. I pray that we find a way for all three of those guys to be back next year, especially Quan Alexander, since he's only on a 1-year deal.
Yeah. Inside linebacker play looks night and day between last year and this year.
Yeah.
The physicalness coming downhill, man. That play that Landon Marvis made on the goal line, woo! We haven't seen that since Spillane did that to Derrick Henry.
Yes, that's how long it's been. You're right.
Yeah,
that's
that was
like
4 years
like
ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah,
2 or 3 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, give me a game ball for defense, man.
Okay, and let's circle back to do the offense too. We forgot to do that.
Okay.
But no, on defense, I got to go with two guys, Rob. Alex Highsmith and Larry.
And Larry O?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was pleased as punch with Larry O's contribution. If that guy can stay healthy and give that kind of effort over the rest of the season, I mean, I would go above board to try and get that dude re-signed long term.
I thought they already signed him in off-season time.
They did, Rob, but I didn't think it was. I have to go back and check it. I didn't think it was, at the most, it was like a 2-year deal.
Huh.
I mean, that's, you know, I'm thinking like a 3-year deal. If, you know, I would like to keep him around really beyond when Cam retires, because, I mean, no offense, I don't want it to happen, but I'm thinking after this season, Cam at most has got 2 years left. At most. So I'd like to have a guy like Larry O bring some experience to that line and help raise the level of these other guys that are trying to make a name for themselves.
Yeah, my game ball on defense, since you went Highsmith, Larry O, I'm going to say TJ. I was going to say Larry O, but we already got him in there.
Okay.
TJ is TJ.
No doubt. I mean,
man,
the expectations for him are through the roof.
Man, just to watch him play is crazy, man. He'll run outside, and if he see he can't get there, he'll turn around, run in the middle, jump, and block the pass. I'm like, the quarterback, like, man, get him. Somebody get him.
He hit every category last night, Rob.
Yeah.
Passes defended, passes blocked, sacks, quarterback pressures.
Yeah.
The whole gamut, man.
The whole gamut, man.
He is the package.
Yeah, offensive game balls. Who you got, Todd?
If you pick the same person, it's okay. Go ahead and call his name.
Yeah.
It's clear cut. It's George Pickens.
GP?
Yeah. To me.
Yeah. I'm going to say Jaylen Warren.
Okay.
Yeah. Jaylen Warren. He's showing Najee how to run.
he still needs more touches, Rob. I don't have the numbers directly in front of me, but
Yeah,
I don't think between passing and running the ball, I don't think he had more than like 11 touches.
yeah. And I'm gonna give Matt Canada some help.
Okay.
If it's 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, just run all the receivers out and slip Jalen Warren out in the flat, and he'll pick up the first down.
Yeah.
That's an easy first down pickup. Just FYI, Matt Canada, I'm giving you a bit of help there. All right, let's move on to special teams, man. Chucky P, baby.
Chucky P, Rob, after that game, he deserves some chain love. Somebody needs to get that man a chain.
Yeah, he need a chain that say Chucky P, baby.
Yes.
And then he need to have a rap behind it.
There you go.
You know? Oh man,
Yes.
Chucky P, man, that's probably his best game as a pro.
To me, it was. I mean, maybe I'm overlooking something, but of course, we say best game. That also infers the word consistency.
Yeah, yeah.
And 4 of his 7 punts were inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah.
And I think at least 2, maybe 3 of those were inside the 10.
I think he had 4 inside the 10. Yeah, 1 at the 2, 1 at the 9, 1 at the 7. Yeah, I want to say 4. He had 4 inside the 10. I want to say. Yeah, I think I read that earlier today.
Okay.
Return game.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's we need McFarland back in there. What's the name? Calvin Austin did good that one punt. Then it seemed like Coach told him to fair catch every punt after that. I don't know why, because he called fair catch early, which it was only 2 guys that he could have easily got by the first wave and pick up some yardage. I don't like the conservative calling on the punts, on the punt returns.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I know of 2. He had wide open spaces. He still called fair catch.
I guess, Rob, it's just one of those things. It's a human reaction. Once you get burned or something doesn't work, you kind of get cautious and step back and change your approach. And that may be what happened. But again, I think you and I, and probably a lot of people that were there with us watching the game last night, already felt like Gunnar O was not the answer. That Gunnar O had already gotten some chances, but when given those opportunities, he failed miserably. And
he had a bad
unfortunately,
game too.
He continued that again last night with McFarland being out. But we had some short discussions about, and you can, again, you played the games. I'm going to defer to you, but I don't know. Again, from a long-term perspective, given the fact that McFarland's going to miss a minimum of 3 more games, is it plausible that you can put Calvin Austin back there on every kick and punt return? Or, I'm not saying Gunnar O, but do you think we need to find someone else to split those duties with? Since Deontay's out also, Calvin's going to be out on the field more in the passing game.
Right.
Maybe we need to try and find somebody to help out in the return game.
I agree. Like most times, teams don't like their starters, especially guys that return. They don't like them to be starters like wide receivers or running backs. They don't want them playing special teams returning balls. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They rather legislate that to somebody that's not playing every down.
Right.
So I can see why they might have told Calvin just to fair catch it. Right. Just get ready for the offense, you know. But normally it's somebody that doesn't play every down on offense. And so they can really get it. They want, you know what I'm saying?
Well, hopefully with, the players that have come up lately, especially Des Fitzpatrick, coming up off the practice squad, again with both Deontay and McFarland being out.
Uh-huh.
I think he's going right back down to the practice squad today. But they've got to find somebody, whether it's from the practice squad or the 53, i.e., again, no Gunner O. They're going to need to find somebody that can provide some productivity. I'm not, not looking for a game breaker, but a guy on punt returns that's going to get you 10 yards on punt returns, and 20 on kickoffs when they allow them to run back. If somebody can just do that, that's more than serviceable.
Yeah. All right, my game ball goes to Chucky P.
There's only one option.
Punting.
It's Chunky P.
And then picked up a field goal snap off the ground.
Yeah, saved 3 points.
Saved 3 points for Bars, man. So shout out to Chunky P having a good game. Finally, I get to talk some positive about Chunky P.
Well, and Rob, I'm going to go back to what you said after week 1, but you said it multiple times. Yeah. Chunky P seems like somebody that needs to constantly have somebody challenging him.
Yeah. It seems like he needs that.
Yeah. Every time they go bring somebody in, he right away he plays well.
He played lights out.
Yeah. I don't know that mental aspect of the game, but it's just ironic that, yes, every time he's looked forward, he normally follows it up with a really good game.
Yeah. Sometimes that's why I say competition is good.
Yes.
Sometimes you need that itch behind you, knowing that if you don't perform, you're going to be gone.
Especially at that position, Rob, where teams do not hesitate to cut players just like that.
Yeah. So, Chunky P, my game ball. Who you got special team game ball?
Same thing, man.
Same thing, yeah.
Yeah. It's no brainer.
Yeah. All right, Steelers coming out of that injury report. Minka had a chest. Landon Roberts' neck. Should be, as hard as he hit.
Yes.
Gunner O, concussion. He got blasted.
He did, man. I mean, yeah. It's not, and I should have phrased it differently, but I said it again at the sports bar last night, not that I would know, but it looked like somebody shot him. I mean, the way
he just
his
fell
whole
out.
body, I mean, that's what it looked like to me. And then, I mean, I heard some guys, around us going, get up, go get him.
Yeah.
And he was down the whole rest of the play.
Yeah, he couldn't get up. I said get up, but.
Yeah. No, he was down for the count, man.
Yeah.
Full knockout.
Cleveland was bringing the wood last night, man.
Oh, man, Grant Delpit.
Especially early on, they were hitting hard.
Yeah. We're Steelers. We're not supposed to say good stuff about the opposition, but hey,
exactly.
When I see a above board play or play that I respect, I don't mind mentioning it. And dude, that secondary that they got,
they look good.
Made me extremely jealous. I would have loved to have plucked 1 or 2 of those guys and put them on the Steelers.
They played a good game last night. They secondary looked good. Bad, horrific injury. Nick Chubb sustained knee. Looked really bad. Just give a shout out to him. Hopefully get better real quick.
Absolutely. I feel so sorry for that guy. Again,
I know.
He's opposition, but I respect that guy. He's one of the most complete backs, Rob, I've ever seen.
Yeah, and he's trying to get some things changed for running backs in the league. So, and that don't help. But
no, unfortunately,
next bargaining thing, they're gonna probably have to change up something what they do with running backs. I don't know how hard they're gonna be able to get it through, but maybe the running backs. I don't know. When we get there, we'll get there.
I hear you.
All right. Quick review of our divisional opponents. Ravens beat the Bengals 27-24 Sunday at 12. Ravens, hey, I tell you what. We talk about how we look. Ravens kind of look raggedy too, but they still winning.
Yeah, their defense is definitely carrying the day for them, Rob.
Yeah, and the Bengals are 0-2.
Yeah.
And they're not looking good at all. Their offense is not looking good at all.
It's not, especially now that we've heard that Burrows has retweaked his calf injury from the preseason.
Yeah.
And the head coach, Zach Taylor, came out in the press conference yesterday and at least put it out there that he was unsure about whether he was going to be a go for this upcoming weekend's game.
Yeah, they might need to put him on the shelf. You don't want to get to week 8 and 9, he popped that joker.
Yeah.
And then you definitely going to be out a year, so that'll cut into next year. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, if it's a full tear of the calf, yes. Because, I mean,
I'm talking about Achilles.
Well, yeah, I know. Until I heard that yesterday or the day before, I really never associated a calf injury leading into an Achilles injury until I forgot what show I was watching. They were given examples of guys that had calf problems
and the bust their Achilles.
Morphed into an Achilles.
Yeah.
So,
it might be the Achilles and they might be saying calf. See what I'm saying? They might have a partial tear or sprain of the Achilles. And it might possible. Be, they might be saying calf. So
yeah. Obviously teams are going to do whatever they got to do to cover up and protect players sometimes. So that would not surprise me at all. Again, we're not there. We're not behind the scenes. But if it is, let's just say what you're saying is true, it's an Achilles strain. I'm sitting him down for a couple games because, again, just last year, since he did this same thing, they started out 0-2. They won 10 of their last 11 games, won the division, and went to the AFC Championship. So can they turn it around? Of course they can. But they can't do it without Joe Burrow. That's a fact.
That's a fact, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. So. All right, Todd, anything else before we get out of here?
Rob, not to drag it on, but I just want to throw it out for maybe a future conversation.
Yeah.
The officiating last night was horrible. Absolutely horrible. And I am going back specifically to how long it took them to review 2 or 3 plays. I was watching, I'm pretty sure it was First Take this morning on ESPN. That one where Deshaun's going down with the ball, and it was either Larry O or Montrevious
knocks the balls out.
Rob, it took them 8 minutes to review that play. 8 minutes. They actually went to commercial break, came back. And they were still reviewing the play.
Yeah. I wonder what takes so long.
I don't know, Rob. Just with technology being what it is today, I mean, you got camera angles, that big camera that's floating across. I mean, there's not, you can't tell me there's not one camera angle that can't give you a decent view. But there were just several calls, man, where they were just slow to act on stuff. The challenges. I mean, the game just drug on. Again, you and I, we're not NFL executives. I mean, does it really bother me that the game maybe took 15 minutes longer than it should have? No, but that's because, I don't have to get up at 5 o'clock the next morning to get ready to go to work. But, like baseball, you can't have football games taking 3 hours and 40 minutes, especially a night game. Okay, a 12 o'clock game, maybe. But not a Sunday or a Monday night game. It's just ridiculous. And they really just seem to be slow in everything that they did. They just got to be better than that. Got to be more buttoned up.
Yeah, I think the NFL is more overly cautious because they know how much these games mean. But they might need to take a page out of the XFL book. Have you ever seen how they review plays?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's a lot more streamlined and it's quick. I don't know what they're doing. I know they have a guy, kind of like they have in New York, that reviews the plays, but they're a lot quicker. I mean, their stuff is out within a minute. You know what I mean?
That's what it needs to be, man.
Yeah.
Again, just too much invested in the NFL for them not to be snapped up and getting the stuff, called correctly on time and keep the flow of the game going, if nothing else.
Well, I think that's what they trying to do. They just trying to get the call right. I don't think they worry about the time too much, tell you the truth. That's just what I see.
Right.
Yeah. All right, Todd, we're gonna get them out of here. Everybody, hey, if you like this page, like the page. If you don't, like it anyway. Subscribe, tell a friend. We'll be on 2 times a week. Huh, Todd? If we can.
Yes, sir.
All right. And without further ado, here we go, Steelers.
Here we go.
Who?